Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
We are 24 hours from a new Star Wars game, so I'm pretty darn good. How about yourself, Ozzy?
We are recording on August 25th. We are anticipating this, even though there are a lot of people that aren't. That does not matter. We are. Also with us, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Wound producer Todd. How you doing, Todd?
Chilling.
Alrighty. So this week we do have the pleasure of reviewing and discussing Jackpot, which debuted on Amazon Prime on August 15th of this year. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
Congratulations, fans of trailers! You've taken the time out of your busy schedule of working
or using the bathroom to watch the trailer for our new movie, Jackpot.
Stay tuned after the trailer for a chance to win the official Jackpot.
It's a sweepstakes. You're gonna love it.
Here
I didn't know about that part, but okay.
For Jackpot.
So why are you here? Are you here for, like, pleasure or pain or...
No, I'm an actress. Great. They're rebooting Barbie. Hi, I'm Katie. Just got back into town and ready to act.
Did you prepare something?
I have something, yeah.
Katie Kim is our new Jackpot winner. Happy hunting, L.A.
I definitely didn't get the part, so there's no need for the death stare.
She's my Jackpot.
What is happening?
Uber for Katie? Did that look as cool as it felt?
Oh my God. What is going on?
Katie, you won the lottery. And now anyone with a losing ticket that kills you before sundown gets her money. Legally.
Okay, that's murder.
Oh, not in California. It's just a chance at the big time.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell yeah.
I need a hero.
Ooh, I felt that too.
I need you to put this on.
If you kill me, you get it all. So why the hell would I trust you?
You treat people like you want to be treated. Oh, you dare-faced me! Oh, shit in my sneaker! Really hit the target there. How's it look? Good? I called in a favor.
We are the biggest lottery protection agency in the city.
I do trust you. I think it's because you look like a bulldog that like a witch casts a spell on and turn into a human. You ever get that?
Yes.
We're in trouble, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Who wants some head?
Why are you winking at me like that? Man, you can't just steal people's panic rooms, dude. What are you, Jodie Foster?
You know too much.
I really don't, though. Oh. Katie's the biggest jackpot of all time. Just find her.
Cowabunga. Journal? Power!
This is a prosthetics machine. If people can't recognize you, you're a lot safer.
Hey, girl, hey. What? Too sexy?
What's this contest?
Oh, hey, you're
I want to
still
know.
Congratulations, you are officially invited to win the Jackpot. We're giving away a big old bar of gold and
I get to kill
chicken
Ozzy
wings
for
from
it?
B-dubs to last you a decade.
How does someone enter, John?
That's
Well,
an
if somebody
incredibly
gives you
personal
Buffalo
question.
Wild Wings
Oh,
for a decade, you will most likely
you mean the
end up dead
sweepstakes?
by the end of the decade.
You can enter by visiting this website.
So
That
enter
is
for a chance to win that.
jackpotjackpot.com for anybody listening
Jackpot today.
on the audio version. That's
So, like, does this thing follow the same
thejackpotjackpot.com
rules as the
for
movie?
details. Todd,
Oh,
you did
Lord,
this
I
right.
hope not. I don't think our legal team would allow for that
All
much
right.
murder.
Okay. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was the trailer for Jackpot, again released on Amazon Prime August 15th of this past year, rated R, with a runtime of 106 minutes, written by Rob Yescombe and directed by Paul Feig. starring Awkwafina and John Cena. Initial thoughts on this? I'd always seen the trailer and thought to myself, this looks fun. I'm sure it'll be just, it'll have that straight to VHS feel, I guess. But I was more pleasantly surprised with this in thinking that it probably could have survived a theatrical release if released at a good point of at a good time.
It was destined for one at one period, also with Roadhouse, but they both got Prime just like during the tail on the theatrical stuff on most. So this was another one that ended up. This was actually the original title was actually Grand Death Lotto before. So
I would actually have this would be one that I wish I could have seen in the theater. There's a lot of good action in it, even though it is Awkwafina being the basically comedic actress from start to finish does a great job keeping that tone despite all the action going on around her that keeps you interested in every minute of the story. My personal opinion. There was a lot of, I felt, improvised moments. And from what we saw in the trailer, there was a lot of lines that weren't used in the film, which is nice. As well as the film at the end of the credits also had some outtakes where you saw just extra clips of either somebody messing up in a blooper or somebody just using other lines. And I thought it was great to see that. I mean, it gave you a sense that everybody was like kind of on their game as far as their characters are concerned. And just to have action going on in the background makes it a stronger package. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoy Awkwafina, and I've enjoyed most of what John Cena's done acting wise. And their little joke that they have at the end about the two of them in the acting world is pretty fantastic. But I was nervous when I saw, Amazon Prime, you never know. Because we've had some great things come through Amazon and their video library, just like The Boys, things like that, which are fantastic. But there's been some busts, and so this looked like a lot of fun, and it delivered on that. I don't know if I agree with you, Ozzy, that it would do well in theaters. I think it would maybe recoup its money, but I don't know how. I mean, it would probably do better than Borderlands.
I was gonna say nothing. Almost nothing's making their mony, so
that's fair.
It's probably a good call. But even like something going theatrical and making a bust and then hitting streaming, it's still there's something different about that than just going to streaming.
Now, I would have liked to have seen this in theaters. The action
big screen
was fun. So, and I think that might have made this a more entertaining film to see it on the big screen. But
and some of the jokes are obviously made for a big screen, like the movie star joke at the end that closes. I mean,
right?
That's obviously because this was intended to be a bigger movie.
Yeah. So, are we good on initial thoughts? Any other additional notes?
No, I mean, I just
because this was a suggestion that you brought up.
Yeah, because it came up in was it the Discord? I can't remember who brought it up, and I'd already seen it, so I thought it was a good one. Because so am I correct so far? I guess we're about to find out. I guess we all seem to have enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a ton of moments to choose from in terms of favorite lines or favorite scenes, paired with some great action. I just had to note that when you heard the opening notes of Turtle Power, it was one of the I tilted my head a little bit, and he's like, "Is he listening to?" And then when it went into it, was like, "Holy cow, he is!"
I think it's time to have the hard discussion. Can we now admit that Turtle Power is miles ahead of Ninja Rap?
Oh my God, absolutely. 100%. Not even
that
Ninja Rap is like a lazy kind of McDonald's, fast food kind of deal, whereas Turtle Power is like the Carl's Jr.
All right.
Would have gone in and out at least. Yeah, but yes. I hear you.
I do think Turtle Power definitely higher quality than Ninja Rap. So in terms of favorite moments, had just a ton of ones, but
Oh, that wasn't your favorite moment?
no,
One of them?
no. It okay, so there was one scene where one guy's crotch got lit on fire. And so Noel, John Cena's character, is trying to put it out. And he, at one point, as he's stomping this guy in the crotch as hard as he can, he said, "It's a hurt dick or a burnt dick." And the line with the visual of him doing that sent me over the edge. I was actually writing a few things down in this particular scene, but it was such a great way to make, I mean, and not just that, but throughout the action scenes, it was a great way to see comedy integrated into that. And it made everything kind of flow faster, I guess you could say. And it didn't feel like that much time was being spent.
I have to say, even though you poo-pooed on the ninja rap, I was a little disappointed that it was not in there. Primarily because John
I already
Cena...
have to suffer through that one movie that has it in it. Please, not again.
No, but John Cena's sweet dancing as Peacemaker, I was hoping to get a remake of the ninja rap scene. All for that purpose. But that being said, I grew up in a household in which my mom, and when I also visited my grandma, during a certain time of year, and even sometimes outside of that time of year, like to watch a certain type of film. So when the line of there's Awkwafina's on a bus with this little old lady, and she says, "Do I recognize you from somewhere?" And she goes, "Did you play a businesswoman who moved to a small town and learned to love Christmas again?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, well, then I probably have not seen you then." And I was like, "Oh God, that is every single Hallmark movie that's out there." And so it like personally touched me because like I've made fun of that all the time whenever my grandma's loving her movies. But it was a fun little nod to that. So I got a nice extra joy from it.
Gotcha. Todd, was there anything that personally touched you from this movie?
There's a few things, but that's probably the rated R joke that I got. I got 3 levels. I got R, hard R, and PG-13. So which one am I going to go with? Man, these are all good lines too. I'll have to go with Noel Sharded. Noel, buddy, squeeze your asshole shut and hold it like a fun man. And you heard the bleep.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with "feels like my nose just tickled my dick hole" like that.
I have that written down here.
I do have a body part one, but that's more about him looking like an ear. Because
that was great.
Like every time she talks about his looks, like the bulldog, there's a few lines throughout. I'm like, they all work. Like, yeah, they're all like, I'm like, yeah, he does kind of look like a ear or bulldog, but
so in terms of getting into its rating now, it's really hard for me, and maybe I'm biased, but it's hard for me when something can integrate action and comedy. And I understand this is not an episode of Flesh Wound Fist, but I think because it could work. It definitely works as an action comedy, but it's definitely slanting. I'd say 55-45 comedy versus action. But when you have that kind of combination with me, it's always going to go over, especially if it's executed well. That's an easy 5 from me.
Yeah, the comedy and the fights are choreographed with humor versus something like Beverly Hills Cop, which is like serious when you get to that stuff.
Exactly. It was a different way of doing it, but still having an action comedy film. Absolutely.
It's just fun throughout.
Absolutely.
You know, this one was a little tough because I had fun. Like, I wasn't bored, but I got to a point about 3/4 of the way through. I was like, okay, this is kind of one note for me. Like, in where they're going, there wasn't that like surprise that I really felt through it, or like a twist or something. So I did have a lot of fun, but I couldn't I have to give it a 4. Because it was good, but I just didn't feel like it had that extra bit that made it stand out.
Todd?
We didn't mention it's also a Shang-Chi reunion. You have Shang-Chi and Awkwafina back together again.
Oh, I had no right.
Yeah. But I'm in the middle. I'm a 4.5. I had a lot of fun with this one. Rating it on my enjoyment, I probably could go a 5, but I'm definitely a 4.5 on this one. I recommend it. I think, while it's on Prime, don't let that turn you off, because a lot of VOD stuff, but this was 100% made for a theatrical release. Like, even some of the jokes you could tell. Yeah.
I think it's just harder with our generation, just because we grew up where there were straight to VHS movies, and we knew that there was always an aura around those where they're like, not as good. So when you had straight to streaming coming on, well, there's a lot of newer viewers that could see that and just see that, hold it in the same regards as a theatrically released film. I think that stigma is still with some of us. It's like straight streaming, it can't be that good.
I'm more biased when it's straight to Netflix, because they're all just bland and safe with like big stars that don't really, yeah. At least this one was MGM, so I was a little more confident. So,
well, it is available right now on Prime. Regardless of our different ratings, Greg with a 4, Todd with a 4.5, myself with a 5, we all would agree that everybody should check it out. If you're a fan of action or comedies, or action comedies especially, definitely check that out before it goes away. Take advantage of this opportunity. Don't let the straight streaming deter you from watching this. It's a good time, absolutely, from start to finish. So just before we head out for the evening, just a couple of quick announcements. I'm going to be hosting trivia this week in Orange County at the Rush Barn Grill in Lake Forest, Monday at 6:30, Tuesday at the Brewery in Placentia at 7 o'clock, Wednesday at Griffin's Grill at 7:30, and Los Alamitos. Always free to play in prizes for the top 20 teams. Want to give a shout out to Rusty, who actually showed up at the Rush Barn Grill, a lifelong friend of Todd's that I had no idea was a listener of this show, and he kept asking me. He pops on and watches time to time, but I kept asking me if I wanted ribs, and I was in the middle of hosting trivia. And now here's the thing: is that when I go to host, okay, right, we get it. Yes, the rib picture, I get it. However, at the time that I was setting up, I was not even, in my mind until later that night, and I was heading home. Like, why did he keep asking me about ribs? Why? Oh, son of a. So there we go. Feel free, come on out. Give me some. Make your trivia team name something about ribs.
He must have been doing the Flesh Wound tour, because the day before he stopped by in front of my house when I was giving Tony the flyers.
Well, there you go.
And then I think it was the same night he was at your show. So it was the Flesh Wound tour. Thanks, Rusty.
Well, there you go. Well, if you guys don't have anything else for the evening. All right. Well, then, for world famous juggler Greg Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd, I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce.